Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Education for Sustainable Development. So in today's lecture of Computer System Architecture, we are looking into a paper of BSc program Physical Science or the Mathematical Science. So there is a paper in the fourth semester of BSc Computer Science, Physical Science and Mathematical Science paper, and the short form of that paper is the CSA. So the duration of that paper is 3 hours and the maximum mark is 75. In that, the question one, number one is compulsory, and in part section B, we have to do the five question out of seven questions. So let's start, friends. So here I have the questions, and I have already write down the solutions. So let's see the question number first. The part A obtains the tens complement of the six-digit decimal number. So to find a complement of a number, and it's a tens complement. So we have write the number, and then we have to subtract it from the 9999 because we have the tens complement. In case of the some x complement, we have to write the x minus 1 once number, and then we have to subtract that number. So we have write the 999999 here and then subtract 909951. That is a number. After the subtraction, that is the ninth complement. We have to find a tenth complement. So for the tenth complement, we have to add the one. So that is the solution. So part that is specify the output of the macro operation R3 R1 plus R2 complement plus 1. So here the R2 complement plus 1 is equals to the minus of R2. So R3 plus R2. So R3 equals to R1 minus of R2. So that is basically a difference operation. So let's move to the third part. So this is the instruction needed in the basic computer in order to set the E flip-flop to 1. So what is E flip-flop? So basically flip-flop is a basic unit where we can store a single bit. So in case of the E flip-flop, so we have basically two operations, CIL and CIR. It means logical shift to left or right. So when we do this logical shift, we need a extended bit. So that is called the E bit or the E flip-flop. So that is the extended accumulator, E flip-flop. So we have two instructions, clear CLE means clear E to 0 and CME means complement E. So in case of complement E, so when here we have to set it to 1. So the CME is the correct answer instead of CLE. So that is not clear to 0. So when you got these kind of questions, then immediately you have to see here we have the table. So in that table we have CLA, CLE, CMA, CME, CIR. So all these instructions you have to remember to solve these kind of solutions, these kind of problems. The next, the difference between the positive and the negative as trigger flip-flop. So as you know, the flip-flop is a unit where we can store a single bit, but we have to, when we have to change the output of the flip-flop, then we need some triggering. So that is triggering is sometimes it is a positive as triggering and sometimes there is a negative as triggering. So when a flip-flop is required to respond at a low to high transition state, so whenever we have to change from the low to high, so that we call the positive edge triggering, and whenever we have to do from the high to low, that is called the negative edge triggering. What is binary counter? How many flip-flops will be required to for an n-bit counter? Question number one, part E. So as you know, the counter means we have to increase the value one by one. So here the binary counter. So what is a binary counter? The binary counter is a counter where the value is incremented by one. So if suppose we have a 4-bit number, so the counter is first the 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And how many flip-flops are required in the n-bit binary counter? So as you will see, this is the counter. The value is 0, 0, 0, 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So if you see here, the lower bits are complemented every time. So you can see, so for this kind of operations, we have the flip-flops like the T and the JK flip-flops, which have the property to change the complement the lowest bit. So and for the n-bit binary counter, we need the we need a register of n flip-flops. So the answer is n flip-flop. So uh, some student write it the 2 to power n. So 2 to power n is the number of states, and but we need only the n registers flip-flop. So the answer is n. Now the question: convert the following number with the indicated base decimal. So that is very simple question. So the base is 3. So we have to write this indexing. Index is 0, index is 1, index is 2, index is 3, index is 4. So we have to write 3 to power 0, 3 to power 1, 3 to power 2, 3 to power 3, and 3 to power 4. And then we have to write 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So from the right to left, we have to increment the power of the 3 by 1 and then multiply it by the all the digits from the right to left. So similarly, for the base 5, we will do this. So after this, we will convert any base to the decimal number. Give the characteristics table of the JK flip-flop. So in that question, you have to just write the characteristics table. So you have to remember the characteristics table of the JK flip-flop. So the first state is the hold state. It means that it saves the previous state, and then we have the reset state, that is make it clearing to 0. Then we have set state, that make it 1, and then we have toggle state. It means it is complement of the previous state. Then simplify the Boolean expression. So that is we can easily simplify it. Just we have to multiply BC complement with the AB complement, and then BC complement with the CD complement, and then AD complement with the AB complement, and then AD complement with the CD complement. So this is one property like CC complement equals to 0. It means whenever we have any variable and then its complement, its value is 0. So you will see here the first in this expression, the A, B complement C complement B. So here the B and the B complement makes it 0. Then in that we have CC complement, here we have A complement, and here we have DD complement. So all these are 0. So the answer is 0. The differentiate between the RAM and the ROM. So the teachers would expect these kind of answers that is easily visible the difference between these two things. So the what is RAM? The RAM is random access memory, and the ROM is read-only memory. So as you know that we have the primary memory and the secondary memory. So the primary memory is the RAM, and secondary memory is the hard disk of a computer system. So whenever we need to access any program, the program is first to move from the secondary memory to the primary memory. That is the RAM, and it is a volatile memory. It means it is usually whenever we don't have the electricity or we don't have the voltage, it will destroy. So when the system is shut down, it will not you can't access that memory again. But the read-only memory is a ROM is a read-only memory, and that is non-volatile memory. It means after even your electricity has no role to play, and even after when you start a system, then the ROM would play a part because all the booting instructions are written on the ROM, and it is costlier. RAM is costlier, and the ROM is less expensive. And RAM is fast but uses much power, and ROM is comparatively slow. So using zero address instruction, write a program to evaluate the following arithmetic statement. Here x equals to a plus b into c plus d. So zero addressing means we have to store all this value on the stack itself. We don't need to use any other thing for address purpose. So what we have to do, we have to first write the expression and then convert into the postfix operation. In postfix means that we have to first push the values, and then after that we have to push the operators. So here you see there is a plus and the multiplication and the bracket. So the highest precedence is of the bracket for the brackets, and then we give the precedence to the values inside the bracket. So here first the operation is a plus b performed, then c plus d performed. After that we will do the multiplication. So the postfix of this expression is ab plus cd plus and into. So how to perform this? So we have a stack. So on the stack we first push the a, then push b, then add a and b, and the result is again on the top. So the result is a plus b, then we push c, then we push d on the top, then the result is c plus d. Now we have the on the top we have a plus b and c plus d. Then we will multiply both these operations. So this way we can do the zero addressing instruction. So what do you understand by DMA? Explain the purpose of DMA. So DMA means the direct memory access. So whenever sometimes we have a like the fast storage devices such as magnetic disks and the other input output devices, but the CPU speed is very limited. So in that case, the CPU wants a mechanism so that the input output devices of the magnetic disk wouldn't able to wait too long. So for that we have a direct memory access. So we can directly access that magnetic disk and the CPU. So if this is the 2 marks question, so if we write that much, that is sufficient. If it is a 5 marks question, then we have to explain it what is how the DMA controller works. So let's see. So actually DMA has sent two signals like bus request input used by the DMA controller to request the CPU to relinquish the control of the buses. It means it wants the CPU to voluntarily uh, voluntary control of the buses, and so the CPU. So in that case, so when the DMA requests for the CPU terminates the execution and puts its address buses, data buses, and the read write lines into the high impedance state. इसका मतलब ये होता है कि वो जैसे ही सीपीयू जैसे ही सीपीयू को रिक्वेस्ट मिलती है डीएमए से कि उसको ट्रांसफर बसेस बसेस का ट्रांसफर छोड़ देना है, तो वो क्या करता है कि अपने आप को एक हाई इम्पीडेंस स्टेट के अंदर ले आता है. तो नाउ द सीपीयू वर्क लाइक एन ओपन सर्किट. ओपन सर्किट में मतलब कि कोई भी इनपुट आएगा कोई आउटपुट नहीं आएगा. देन उसके बाद सीपीयू activate the bus grant output to the inform the external DMA that the bus are in high impedance state. जब हाई इम्पीडेंस स्टेट में आती तो डीएमए को बता देता है कि बस तो हाई इम्पीडेंस स्टेट में आ गई है, देन यू कैन एक्सेस दैट बस. तो दो सिग्नल है यहाँ पे, देयर आर टू सिग्नल, बस रिक्वेस्ट एंड द बस ग्रांट. And then we have to write the how the transfer is worked. So we have first is the bus transfer, bus transfer. So in that case, a block of sequence consisting of the number of memory words is transferred in a continuous bus, while the DMA controller is master of the memory buses. तो अब DMA के बाद कंट्रोल आ गया और फिर वो एक चंक ऑफ डाटा को एक साथ ट्रांसफर कर रहा है. सेकंड है कि वर्ड बाय वर्ड करता है, उसको साइकिल स्केलिंग करते हैं. तो आपको क्या करना है इसके अंदर, पहले सीपीयू DMA क्या है ये बताना है. देन you have to explain the bus request, then you have to explain the bus grant, then you have to explain the transferring, that is bus transfer, and the cycle stealing. So that will comprise of the 5 marks, and you can also write down that diagram. So bus request from by the DMA to the CPU, and then CPU give the bus grant to the DMA and put all this data bus, address bus, and the read write into the high impedance state, and it is like an open circuit. So next question. Explain why the following micro operations cannot be executed during a single clock pulse. So if you see here, so we have the data register and the result of the accumulator and the data register is stored in the data register. So basically, the result of addition is transferred to the accumulator. जब whenever we do the addition, जब भी हम addition करते हैं तो जो डाटा है, जो रिजल्ट है, that is ट्रांसफर होता है एसी के अंदर, ना कि डाटा रजिस्टर के अंदर. तो So that is the issue with that. So what we have to do, we have to first put the data register into the AC and then accumulator into the data register, and then we have to add both these things. And then move to the second part B. So here the problem is to simplify the Boolean function. So that is a question that comes every time. So that come from the so we have a function that is summation of 0, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10, and then there is a don't care condition. So we have to solve this using the K map. So K map is a very important question, and it will up around 6 to 5 marks. So here the issue is that it's also given the don't care condition. So what is the don't care condition? First we have to understand what is don't care condition. If you see in Morris Mano book, the don't care condition means when there is a no there is it could be zeros or the one. So what will we do? So first we have to write that function like one in everywhere where we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 10, and then write the cross on the position of 5, 6, 11, and 15. And then we have to cover all the ones, but don't need to cover all the crosses. We have to mix the crosses with the pair the crosses with the ones only only if it required. Otherwise, we don't need to cover all the crosses. Let's see how. So first you have to write wx and the yz. So wx, then we have to write the 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. Similarly for the yz, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. And then you know the position 0, 0. If you see wx value 0, 0, 0, 0, and yz value 0, 0, 0, 0. So that is in binary, that is 0. And if you move towards the right direction in the row first, that is 0, 0, and then we have 0, 1. So that is 1. So we have I have right in corner correspondingly binary value. So that is 0, that is 1, that is 2, and here it is 3. So you have to keep remember that 0, 1, and then 3, and then 2. Why it is 3? Because 0, 0, 1, 1 is 3, and here 0, 0, 1, 0 is 2. So similarly, you can write 4, 5, 6, and 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 8, 9, 11, and 10. So that is very easy. Then I have write the 1 here, and all these values 0, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 10, and then I write the cross in places of the 5, 6, 11, and 15. And then I have combined the ones, so all the corner ones are, I have paired it using the red pen, and so we have remaining is 1 at the position 1, and the position 3, and the position 7. So we will pairing this with the cross at the position 5. So after that, let's see how we can solve this. So here the value is in red. So here the value is 0, 0, and 1, 0. And the so in 0, 0, and 1, 0. So what is changed? W is changed. So W is cancelled, and X is 0. So we have write in terms of complement because we are writing in terms of ones. So here we write X complement. Similarly, if we are talking about YZ, here the value is 0, 0, and here the value is 1, 0. So the Y's value is cancelled because it is 0 here, and then it is 1 here. So and the Z value is here 0, you can see, and here it is also 0. So what we do? So we will write the Z's complement here. And in case of so for the red part, so for this red part, we have the expression is x bar and the z bar, and then we write the plus. After that, we have solved this green part. So in this green part, what we do? So here we will see WX value is this 0, 0. So W value is 0, 0, and the X value is 0, 1. So the X is cancelled, and the 0, 0 is 1 because we have to write the in complement form. So we have write W complement, and then we will see here the Y and Z value. So this is the Y Z value 0, 1, and 1, 1. So 1 1 is so we have to write the 1 1 because the y is 0 and the 1 here, so it will cancel, and here 1 is 1. So here we have write z. So that is sum of product. So sometimes we will ask in terms of sum of product, and sometimes it will ask also product of sum. So in product of sum, we have to pairing with the zeros, and then we do the complement of this. So in case it will ask the product of sum, so you have to also do the complement. And that is here we can create it NAND gates. So here that is very easy. If you see my expression here, the output is x bar z bar plus w bar z. So here we can combine this using the NAND gates, and then we have plus operator. So that's why I write here the OR operator. So here we have plus operator. So that's why I have write here. So that's why I have write here the OR operator with this note value. So let's move to the next part. Here we have question the content of AC is the basic computer is hexadecimal. So accumulator register के अंदर value है A675, initial value ET1 है, and determine the content of AC, E, PC, AR, IR in hexadecimal after the execution of the CMA instruction. So first thing we need to look at what is CMA instruction. Otherwise we are not able to solve that problem. And the initial value of PC is 72. So as soon as this question comes, you have to first figure out the what is CMA instruction. So then if you see the table, the Cook Morris Manu, the CMA instruction is here. The code is 7200 and that is complement of AC. So you need to remember this table to solve these kind of questions. So that is complement of AC, and then we have to do complement and how we can perform. So we have to remember that table. It means that we have to remember that we have to increment the program counter by 1 and then put the PC value in address register. So but here we have already the instruction is 7200. So we don't need to cover, we not need to put this thing. So I already have the instruction register that is 7200. So I am assuming here that the IR, we already have the IR value that is 7200. So let's move to the solution. So what is the solution? So here AC is given, CMA is given, E is given, and PC is 72. So AC, so first we convert the AC into hexadecimal value, so A675, and then also convert the IR into this. And we will convert, then we will see the PC, increment the PC by 1. So PC is 072, 073 now, and the AR, here the 0 to 11 bits is the address register. So we have extract the 0 to 11. So that is the 0 to 11 bits. So we have extracted here and it is 200. And then the operation is CMA operation is complement. So we will do the complement of this. That is very easy. Let's move to the next question. Draw a block diagram to construct a 5 to 32 line decoder. 5 to 30 line decoder with a 3 to 8 line decoders and 1 2 to 4 line decoder. So we have to create a 5 to 30 line decoder with 4 3 to 8 line decoder and 1 2 to line 4 decoder. So that is very easy question. So here we have 1 2 to 4 cross decoder. So here we have two. Here I have two input lines, 1 and 2, and then we have 3 cross 3 to 8 line decoder. 3 to 8 line means we have 3 inputs and we have 8 outputs. Here you can see 8 outputs, here 8 outputs, and here we have 3 inputs. What is 3 inputs? I1, I2, and I0. These are the 3 inputs. So we will so you can see it is very easy question and it is of 5 marks. Now an instruction is stored at a location 300 with address filled at 301. So instruction stored at 300 and the address filled at 301 location, and the address field has value 400. and the processor register R1 contains the number 200. Evaluate the effective address if the addressing mode of the instruction is direct, immediate, relative, register, indirect, index with R1 as index register. So it is a 5 mark question and it is a very easy question. Let's see. So whenever we have a for direct addressing, it means that the address field value is in IR. So you see the address value here is 400. So that is for directly we understand the effective address is 400. And for the immediate, so there is no actual meaning of effective address. So in EA here, the address of the operand field, which is otherwise address field. So in immediate means we have the direct addressing. So here the 301 is the answer. And the third is the relative. So in relative, we have the PC value. So the program counter's current value is 302 because we have already reached at the 301 and the program counter value is incremented by 1. So the current value is 302 and the address value field is 400. So relative means with respect to program counter. So in address field the value is 400 and it is relative with respect to program counter. So that's why we have to add 302 plus 400 and the answer is 702. And for the register indirect, so we have the register also which value is for 200. So in that case the answer is 200. And in case of index mode, so in index mode we need a base address. So here the base address is 400 and then we look at the register content that is 200. So output is 600. What is half adder? Given its function table, design a 4-bit binary incremental using half adder. That is 6 marks. So that is very easy question. So here we have to write the not the half adder, but also incremental. So in this case, here we have the that is half adder, one half adder, two half adder, three half adder, four half adder. So that is for the 4-bit number, and here the I0 that is I0. So I0's value is 1. Initially the I0 value is 1 because it is a incrementer. We have to create the binary incrementer using the half adder. So the for incrementer we have to put the I0 equals to 1. So here you see the adder half adder table. Here we have X and then Y, and that is sum and that is carry. So you will see the carry will move to the next part, next half adder. Similarly, this carry is moved to the next. So this carry is moved to this here, and this carry move here, and this carry move here, and then our input is here A0. Here input is A0, A1, A2, and A3, and the output is S0, S1, S2, and S3. So let's understand with an example. So here suppose here we have A0010 and the initial value of X is 0 and the Y is 1. Because here the Y is I0 and that is 1. So when we apply it, the sum is 1, carry is 0. So similarly, the next time the X value is 1 and the Y is 0. So if you see the output is 0011. So that is 0010, but it is 2, and that is 0011, it is 3. So it is incremented by 1. Let's move to the next part. Convert as directed. So we have to convert into hexadecimal value and 736 to the base 8 to the 10th base. So let's see the answer. So here first we have to convert that binary number into the pairing it with the 4 bits because we have the 16. We have the base 6. We have to convert in the base 16. So we have to pairing with the base 16. So here we start from the left side 11000011, and here now we have to start with the 1010 and then 1. So after that we have to append the 3 zeros because we need the 4 values, 4 bits. And you write here C, that is for C, the hexadecimal value for the 1100 is C, and the hexadecimal value for the 0011 is 3. and a decimal value for 1010 is 8, and this is 8. That is easily convertible similarly to the base 8 to the base 10. So we have already covered this in our previous questions. So we have here 8 to the power 0, 8 to the power 1, 8 to the power 2, then 6, 3, and 7. So we have right here 6, 3, and 7, and then we'll do addition, and that is it. Now the content of a register A and register B are this and this. Respectively, is the content of register A if the following operations are carried out on the content of A using the content of B. So we have to do here selective complement, masking, and selective set. So these are the applications of the logic micro operations. So we have these kind of. So we have these kind of micro operations. So for these kind of questions, you have to understand. So here you have to understand these kind of operations, and you have to remember these values. So here it will ask only few values, few operations only, but you have to remember all these operations for these kind of questions. So you have to understand selective set, selective complement, selective clear, mask, clear, insert, and compare. So when you understand these things, then you easily know the XOR operation, plus operation, OR operation, and the multiplication operation. So that is the output. So if you see here, A is this and B is this, and then we will for selective complement we will apply this operation. So in selective complement, what we have to do? We have to do A or B. So we have applied here A or B. For masking, we have a masking के लिए we have a dot B. So you can see the A here if perform A dot B, and for after selective set we will do A plus B. And then let's move to the next part. Write a micro operation performed to execute the following instruction BSA and add to AC. So you will see that part is covered in the section 5.6 in the Morris menu. So these are the operations that could be asked and in your exam. So the BSA here, so that is first you have to put the values of PC in the memory address register and then increment the address register by 1. And similarly, when you have to put the accumulator and doing the end result. So first move the address accumulator in the memory part of the accumulator into the data register and then do the AND operation. Explain the three different types of instruction format. Given the following instructions, identify the category to which they belong. So we have basically three types of this addressing: memory reference instruction, register reference instruction, memory reference instruction, register reference instruction, and the input output instruction. And here you can see the opcode is from 000 to 110. So this is the opcode, the bit from 12 to 14, and the 15 bit that is the mode, whether that is direct or indirect addressing. So the 0 through 0 triple 0 to 110 is in the memory reference instruction, and then 111 is for register reference instruction, and when we have the opcode 111 and then I input mode I bit is 1 here. So that is direct or indirect addressing. Then perform the following arithmetic operation using the sign to complement definition of negative numbers. So here we have minus 38 to the base 10 minus 10 plus 85 to the base 10. So what we have to do first, write the 38. Here we have write the 38. First we have the 85, then we have converted to the binary number, and then to convert it to complement because we need the minus of 85. and then also we have 38. So we will do the minus 38, and then what we'll do, we have to add these values. We will add this and drop out this last bit. So that will be the output. How many address lines and input output data lines are needed for the memory unit of 16 M words plus 32 bits words per word? So here number of words is 16 M and the number of bits per word is 32. So in 16 M cross 32, the number of address lines in an obtained number of words, that is 60 M. So here 2 to the power 4 into 2 to the power 20, that is equals to 2 to the power 24. Therefore it requires 24 address lines. So how many address lines we require? That is 24 address lines. And then we have to do the input output lines are substituted as a sum of address line and the number of bits. That is 24 plus 32, that is 76. Therefore it requires 76 input output lines. So thank you friends, I hope you like this video. So kindly subscribe this channel for this kind of educational videos.